Okay, so I have now finished making this interface. So you go up, down arrows, move between, move, they cycle each of these, and then right and left, move between each type of thing. So if you want to listen to Dijon, maybe, and listen to Yamaha, go here, press enter, it'll start playing it. And I can press space to pause it, and unpause. Very fast, very simple. And this is all going to be translated to buttons on a pipe. So I'm thinking I'm just minimizing the amount of keys that are needed first. So at the moment, I've got play, pause, up, down, left, right, which is 5. Then I have play as well, like start track, which is kind of different. I don't know if I'm going to have Q. I'm thinking of having some sort of like hold this button down and it changes what all the other buttons do, kind of like a mod layer on a keyboard. So I'd have one which maybe when I hold each of them down, it changes what the other buttons do. I'm not sure, just to have as many options as possible. So maybe like 3 buttons.
Hello. Just on a walk. It's about like 11 p.m. and I've been coding a little bit. It's Sunday and I'm dreading Monday as I do every Sunday, and I think as most people do. And just been kind of thinking about career and uni, and I'm really struggling with motivation for uni stuff, like I mentioned yesterday, and just finding it really hard to get the work done and be motivated or like feel like I want to get that work done. I find it really difficult to actually want to. I think I don't enjoy uni, and that doesn't help. That doesn't add to my drive. And I kind of just keep telling myself like it's ending soon. I'm currently working part-time as a junior developer. It's a fully remote role, and there isn't much space for promotion or like anything like that. I kind of think I need to get out of that soon, otherwise I could just be stuck living at my parents' house and working a part-time role remote. It doesn't pay very well, and I'm sure it's a good experience, but it's not a super real world experience. At least I don't think it is. And I would like a more formal role with a salary that isn't paid by the hour, and just something that's more secure and more long term. And so I don't really know where to go with that. I feel like networking is so big. I hate networking. I also don't have a massive network at the moment. I didn't go to any like networking events during sixth form or at the beginning of uni. I didn't go to a sixth form to do A levels, so I didn't do A level computer science. I went to college and did game design, where most of my peers were artists, not loads of programmers who would also be in other companies that I could apply to or be referred to. And I don't know, I kind of feel myself a bit stuck with networking and finding an opportunity. I'm obviously applying to graduate roles and full stack engineer, front end, back end, whatever, basically anything I can find. On LinkedIn, welcome to the jungle. I haven't really looked on Indeed. I find it feels like a bit of a jumbled mess, and I think I'm just going to be with thousands of other people who have sent thousands of applications. And yeah, I worry that I'm kind of being buried in the job market. I feel like most people graduating haven't worked in an actual software company for almost a year and haven't run their own projects with thousands of players and haven't really explored anything outside of their coursework or exam work. And so I do see myself having more to offer. I kind of worry that I'm gonna be just lost in that pool of candidates. And I know this is probably really pessimistic, but it's real, and I think it's probably what a lot of people who are in my position are feeling. I don't think many people in my position are super confident with where they are. I think most people, especially with AI, most graduates, computer science, software, whatever, are panicking and worrying about their future and the potential with their jobs. I sympathise with that. I don't think AI is going to take my job, but I do think it will. I think it's shown to convince executives that they can just make the senior developer use AI and then fire half of their juniors, even though those juniors will soon be seniors and the seniors will retire. It's really cold. I haven't really done much today. I did some birthday present shopping and Christmas shopping earlier in the day. Didn't film that, it's nothing interesting. And then came back, started coding a bit. I've worked on my FLAC player. I've called it Flacky. It's not a very interesting or imaginative name, but that's what I'm calling it. I've worked on the playback and the song selection UI, and it's nice. It's obviously going to be with buttons, physical buttons on the actual device, but for now I'm using the keyboard, so I think it's a good way to test it and just get it ready. I have a display that's arriving, I think, by the end of this week, or by the end of next week, so like the 8th of November, around that, and I'm looking forward to that arriving. I originally did it with an e-ink display and I didn't read the product description properly, and it was 20-second refresh time, and it only does full refresh, no partial, and so that was not going to work for like an MP3 player thing where you're going to be like cycling through menus to find the artist you want to listen to. So I've kept that because the return process was not easy, not fun, and I'm sure I'll be able to use it for something else. I was kind of thinking of making like a bus timetable thing, just for the buses at the top of my road, so that I can see them in my room or by the front door. I'm not sure, but the screen I've ordered is an LCD and 2 OLEDs. It's a Pi Zero hat, so it's a weird shape, but my idea is that there's a square LCD in the middle, and then there's 2 like thinner OLEDs on either side, and I'm thinking of using it sideways and having the square as the track cover art, whether that's the album or the single, and then having the top and the bottom, which were left and right, having those as like the bottom being current playing and like the progress bar kind of thing, and then having the top as the selector. So you would have seen in the recording before this, you would have seen the selection UI that I've got so far with that little like album artist track selection box, and I'll just make that work for that form factor. And my idea is to just use it as my music player. So on my way to uni I'll have it instead of using Spotify on my phone, and I'm just kind of trying to avoid use my phone as much as possible. I feel like an easy source for distraction, easy source for quick entertainment and quick dopamine. And yeah, I want to avoid that. I think it destroys discipline, destroys productivity, and I find myself kind of, instead of doing the hard thing, like reading a book or thinking about something or getting some work done, I find myself reaching for TikTok or Instagram or YouTube on my computer. So I'm working at de-social mediaing myself while not just deleting everything. So trying to like retrain my brain so that I don't reach for those things without like having to resort to actually deleting them. If you make it physically impossible for a smoker to buy cigarettes, they're not actually going to beat the addiction. You're just making it physically impossible. I am going inside now. Goodbye.
I wish I was special, but I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here?